An admission this evening from the Joint Select Committee reviewing the 2015 Electricity Act that the draft document does not include provisions to address emergency situations. The issue was addressed during today's meeting.
The Joint Select Committee reviewing the 2015 Electricity Act has been at it since 2021, and just as it appeared that the draft document was almost ready to be tabled in Parliament, Hurricane Beryl came. The recovery, specifically as it relates to the restoration of electricity, has exposed a major gap. Committee member Philip Polwell pointed to the absence of provisions when dealing with disasters like hurricanes.
We have to recognize emergency situations for what they are. It's not business as usual, and it therefore, I think, requires provisions that will enable emergency features to be activated and for them to be utilized during an emergency.
Chief Technical Director in the Energy Ministry, Brian Richardson, agreed.
In the review, we looked at just the matter under, I think it's 4510, section 4510 about major system failure and what that constitutes. And it was recommended that it just be dealt with within the codes. The 2015 Electricity Act doesn't have any specific mention of quote unquote disasters or emergencies outside of that major system failure.
Mr. Polwell says the provision will ensure the orderly restoration and transparency in the process.
I know, for example, that there's a disaster committee, and perhaps it is a time for that disaster committee to play more than just the role that they play now. And probably there could be legal provision given to them to step in to enable a more streamlined approach to disaster recovery, because it is not only electricity that is affected. Disaster affects water, it affects roads, and so on.
On that point, this caution from Energy Minister Darrell Vaz.
Bear in mind, member, that disasters don't fall under any other area than the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. So we have to be careful in relation to what we are proposing and how that ties into the whole issue of disaster and the legislation that is now in place, which puts it squarely in the Ministry of Local Government for the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Hal Shaneberg, TVJ News.